respectfully ask that all please rise. Arriving in the room, the venue right now, the banquet hall of the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chair of the PEBEC Council. Please let's put our hands together, appreciate and welcome you as he comes in. Of course, with the VIP entourage, thank you very much. Shall we all please remain standing, and once we have the appropriate positions, we will be taking the national anthem. The national anthem, Federal Republic of Nigeria, by fuego.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide thou our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and truth.
Round of applause. Building a nation where peace and justice shall reign, and with the delivery of both verses of the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the first line of the second verse, the national prayer, O God of creation, direct our noble cause. I'd like to welcome everyone here present in this physical venue of the banquet hall of the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, as many as are watching through traditional media or online with the virtual participation for this event. Good evening and welcome. PEBEC is 5. Please, could we have a round of applause? Well, I'm certain it will be a more robust applause eventually, because tonight it's not just about an empirical impact presentation. It's about the facts, the figures, and the futuristic outlook, a revision of vision and a reprofiling of the trajectory of a success story of doing business in Nigeria, not just adroitly, but with all of the very deliberate steps of due process, due diligence, and the ease of doing business has become the ease of delivering national economy and distinctive national aspiration. My name is Dio Benjamin Lani, and it is my privilege tonight to be hosting the ceremonials and the sequence of the production of this event, which is an interlace of that which is informative, creative, but most importantly, novel and innovative, retelling the story of 5 years and profiling the testimonials of achievements, of champion success stories in enterprise and innovation, but most importantly, in establishing the empirical fact that this institutional initiative and legacy of this government of His Excellency, our President Muhammadu Buhari, is a legacy project that has worked, is working, and clearly with this foundation continue to work. PEBEC, Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, driven by the Office of PEBEC, which is all about enabling business environment secretariat, is bringing to the fore personalities and national distinction in the place of national enterprise. Your Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, good evening and welcome. We congratulate and celebrate you as Chair of PEBEC, along with your Vice Chair, who today we'd like to very properly acknowledge and stand represented by the Honorable Minister of State. Please help me appreciate the Honorable Minister of State representing the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. Today, please let us appreciate Ambassador Mariam Yalwaji Katagum, representing Otumba Nia Debayo CON. You're very welcome and congratulations to you. With this double duo hosting of this successful initiative, I'd like to acknowledge again, here seated, Boss Mustafa, our SGF. Also with us, the Honorable Ministers, Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, the Honorable Lai Mohammed, Honorable Minister of State for Health, distinguished Senator Dr. Olorunibe Mamara. I'd like to acknowledge also the Honorable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba. We have with us distinguished Senator spokesperson for the Senate, Senator Jibola Bashiru. All of the distinguished presentation of PEBEC members, partners, infrastructural and institutional representatives here present, all of the partners, our diplomatic corps, Your Excellencies, ambassadors, all their representatives here present, all of the distinguished presence of enablers, I would say, of this cause, and the friends of PEBEC, as well as economic environmentalists, because PEBEC is all about the economic environment and maintaining a very proper business climate. It has been a journey thus far. It has come these 5 years. And just before coming in, His Excellency, there was a profiling of that journey in testimonials from various champions who have engaged the good success of PEBEC intervention, as well as a commitment to deliver the promise through sustainable engagement and supervision. The superintendents of this, of course, we would like to very properly once again celebrate the Ease of Doing Business Office and Dr. Jumoke Oduole and her team. Please, a round of applause for them. Thank you very much. Also here today, as I earlier mentioned, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the chair of the Committee of Treaty, Protocol and Agreement, the Honorable Osai, Nicholas Osai, who was very principal to driving very distinctive policies into bills that today have given the infrastructural strength to this trajectory of PEBEC. So business made easy, it's about legacy, and this legacy today shall be told in stories through the speeches of goodwill and, of course, the testimonials of the innovators, entrepreneurs, and avatars themselves. I'd like to welcome everyone once again, and at this point, to invite to have come up a commemorative PEBEC at 5 documentary, a dramatic expression of the good success curated in 5 years.
Today we have a 7 trillion budget. But if you look at private sector, what the private sector does and private sector investments is in multiples of that. So the only way to ensure that we're able to grow at the pace we need to grow is to ensure that it is the private sector that drives that growth. And you can't drive that growth unless you have an environment that's favorable to business.
It has to be the top priority of the government to create the right environment for businesses to thrive, from small and medium enterprises or even micro, small and medium enterprises all the way to large businesses. We think is the key ingredient for industrialization, is a key ingredient for economic growth. I would even argue that it's probably the singular most important ingredient for achieving our economic recovery and growth plan.
We looked at what are the top irritants in Nigerian business climate. The entry and exit of goods is really a headache. All the infrastructure and all the regulations around that, a real problem. Then the entry and exit of people and just immigration issues and visas on arrival. Other people have it, other countries much smaller than Nigeria were able to get that right. So we decided to work on that. So the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council was inaugurated in July 2016. And really the Secretariat, after a period of scoping, started work in October 2016.
Outsource is a business process outsourcing company. We provide contact center, customer service solutions, and other services to companies in the US, UK, and Japan. In Nigeria, we graduate 1 million graduates every year. How many companies do we have that can employ them? The only way we can actually get them employed is to have them placed in companies outside Nigeria while they are still staying in Nigeria. It took me 8 years to start the company. I started it 4 times and failed. And one of the biggest challenges is actually how to have access to funding.
Paga was born out of my own frustration carrying cash everywhere with me in Nigeria. I was married with 2 different banks, but yet literally every Friday someone went around the office asking us to write checks to cash money for us to have for the weekend. Shopping center.
SMEs are the engine of growth of the Nigerian economy. They will make or break the country's ability to grow. When you improve the overall environment for doing business, which includes infrastructure, which includes access to credit, then ultimately SMEs benefit. And when SMEs benefit, they're able to contribute to GDP growth a lot more sustainably.
One of the government policies I think has been really beneficial to us is the capital import policy, which allows for any foreign capital brought into Nigeria to get what is called a capital importation license. I think that's one that has really been super helpful to us because most of the capital we raised in Abuja has been from foreign investors into Nigeria.
The last 5 years, it's been easier. I can see with the introduction of visa on arrival, before we bring a client, it was really difficult. Right now, we're able to get visas within a day or two, and then clients are able to come in to supervise the employees that are working on them. That has really helped. It's a step in the right direction.
What we have done in Lagos State is to designate 15 courts now over the 7 magisterial districts that we have in Lagos State. And it's the first of its kind in this country. We have given them a template from the inception of filing of their claims and to the conclusion of that matter, which will be the judgment of the matter, must not exceed 90 days.
What about the granule? The company started out of a need for my son who needed to eat gluten-free products, and also need for me to also, work on myself too. We tried to incorporate Nigerian produce and turn it into a healthier brand. Imagine creating Ugo chips. I can remember the biggest issue that I had. That was in 2017. When we had an issue with NAFDAC, we used to do coconut oil, because the normal coconut oil everybody knows is brown in color, and our coconut oil was cold pressed and was white in color. So we have NAFDAC people telling us that coconut oil is supposed to be brown. I'm like, no, there's something called cold pressed. NAFDAC even had to lock me up, all because of they didn't understand what our process and our produce were, even though we had already started our NAFDAC registration at that time.
We decided to work on transparency. What better way to demystify information, demystify regulations, give the transparency, the information to Nigerians and to business people trying to do work in Nigeria, to make sure that people have the information they need to make quality decisions. So we decided to have a strong technology drive, pushing agencies, very simple thing, have a functioning website, and your website should have key, critical, quality information. People want to know what is the procedure, how many steps, what documents do I require, how long will it take me, what is the cost, who is responsible, where do I go?
One thing that's been much better for us is our NAFDAC. That's one agency that we interface with that has made significant and tremendous positive strides. It's so much easier. You register online. Now it's like an open door policy. Just set an appointment, and the director, you can get to see the director. We couldn't see them 5 years ago.
One of the policies that the government has put in place that has helped our business is to make more Nigerians to buy more of made in Nigerian products. I have seen that change in policy, help my business to grow. When people know that they can't go out to buy all the snacks, they come back and support us, we the small business owners, and help us to become much bigger and much better.
Living the need, and born from a mother who owned a roadside restaurant at the time of our lives, and we cooked on the open fire by the light of the kerosene lantern, and realizing that for every 2 hours someone stayed beside an open fire, be it from the kerosene lantern or the open fire, you had inhaled an equivalent of a pack of cigarette. You know, got to me, and luckily I was able to find solar lanterns to start selling through women who were the ones selling the lanterns and making a commission off of it. The single business challenge we faced, especially from the very beginning, was our the procedure for clearing goods into the country. So the whole customs, even from the beginning of registering the product as for SunCap and all of that. So in the beginning, somebody like me who was a novice really didn't know where to go, and I didn't know where to find out information. At that time, it was very analog. Optimizing the systems to the point where a lot of things are digital is very helpful. Before, you just tell an agent, you have to call these agents and tell them, oh, I want to clear my goods. And they have to go through whatever they do behind the scene, you don't know, but you end up paying exorbitant amounts of money to get your products out.
When we demystify governance, we literally assist and provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. We have a situation where every permit, every approval that is required in terms of regulation, there's a stipulated time frame with which our agency needs to respond. And to the extent that we don't respond within that timeline, the applicant will deem his application approved.
When we began executing the vision for which the PEBEC was established in 2016, our mandate was clear and daunting. A key empirical matrix for our success was to get Nigeria into the World Bank's top 100 ease of doing business rankings by 2020. Over the last 3.5 years, the country has moved progressively upwards on this ranking goal. A total of 39 places up from an abysmal 170th place out of 190 countries in 2015 prior to the PEBEC, to 145th position and now 131st position in 2019. We have been twice recognized as one of the top 10 most improved business climates in the world in the past 3 years.
It's clear indication that there are sincere people working proactively to improve the situation.
You know, the fact that we have a team that is focused on making it easier to do business is a great thing.
Government is desirous and is working hard to try to see to it that Nigeria becomes the #1 industrial destination for foreign direct investment. So a lot of work is going on. We are not being complacent. We have a target to meet, and we're working hard to see to it that before 2023, we meet that target.
In conclusion, the prosperity and happiness of our nation depends on us, you and I who are here. We, the public servants. Every time we say, come back next week to someone for something we can do today, we postpone the prosperity of one person, but in reality we postpone the prosperity of so many who would have earned something from that business. I want to urge us to go forward. Let's go forward together as public servants to prove that an African nation, a nation such as ourselves, can be better, not just bigger, but better than any nation, greater than any nation anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.
Not just bigger, but better and defiantly, absolutely greater than any other nation in the world. What it takes is that defiant, deliberate, diligent application to hope, to faith, and to national vision. Once again, another round of applause for PEBEC at 5. Celebrating the journey so far, and of course, all of the commemorative milestones. And right now I'm going to be invited to come up to give us a full profile as a persona brand of this successful expression of Nigeria and indeed Africa's frontline representation with the enabling business environment and its full course and directive from presidential intervention. Dr. Jumoke Oduwole is a foremost administrator of national enterprise, but most importantly, a true representation of leadership in the place of institutional opportunity. Please help me welcome, from Ease of Doing Business, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole for opening remarks. Thank you.
According to Lao Tzu, an ancient Chinese philosopher and writer from the 6th century BC, in chapter 64 of the Tao Te Ching, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a simple step. That saying taught the ancient Chinese that even the longest and most arduous tasks starts at a particular point in time with one first step. This timeless truth could not have been more apt to describe the journey of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chair of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives of the 9th National Assembly, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation of Nigeria, honorable ministers here present, particularly members of the PEBEC, permanent secretaries and heads of agencies at the federal and state level, their indefatigable reform champions, special advisors and other colleagues from the Office of the Vice President, private sector, organized private sector, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps and development partners here present, the hardworking members of the Enabling Business Environment Secretariat, and members of the media here with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. When attempting to drive economic reform, governments often see their efforts first in the broad strokes of infrastructure, human capital development, land reform, and often overlook the importance of the delivery of institutional reforms in the public sector, which is in itself a major factor in jump-starting and sustaining economic growth and development. Indeed, the ease of doing business is critical to determining how much progress a nation, a national or subnational jurisdiction can make to attract and retain investment. The current administration is the first administration to dedicate a standalone segment of a national development plan to such an intervention under the competitiveness pillar of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan of 2017 to 2020. Tonight provides a glimpse into the journey of reforms undertaken by the PEBEC over the first 5 years working to promote the ease of doing business in Nigeria. When His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari established the PEBEC in July 2016, he entrusted this Herculean task to His Excellency the Vice President and 13 key honorable ministers whose portfolios directly impact the business climate in Nigeria. The Secretary to the Federal Government, the Head of Service of the Federation, the Governor of the Central Bank are also members of this council. Very quickly, the council's membership was extended to include key representation from all arms and levels of government, the National Assembly, the judiciary, state governments, the private sector, and most recently, our first representation from a local government. Today, as we celebrate the 5th year milestone, it is gratifying to note that the PEBEC, with over 160 reforms implemented since its inception, has recorded appreciable progress in the journey to making Nigeria a progressively easier place to start and grow a business. The Council and its Secretariat have enjoyed cordial and productive relations with the Senate, the House of Representatives, the judiciary at both federal and subnational levels, all kinds and levels of businesses across the private sector, Nigerians in the diaspora, the media, organized private sector, non-governmental organizations, development partners, development financial institutions, as well as Friends of Nigeria and the Diplomatic Corps. Importantly, all businesses operating in Nigeria carry out their economic activities in one of the 36 states across the Federation or in the Federal Capital Territory. It is for this reason that in 2017, the PEBEC sought a partnership with the National Economic Council, the NEC, also chaired by His Excellency the Vice President, to replicate the systemized reform model across the country. They got unanimous support from all governors, which has yielded a strong and productive collaboration with state governments. Key reform tools used by the Council include an internationally recognized homegrown tool of 60-day National Action Plan accelerators. So far, there have been 6 successful iterations since 2016. The very first economic order of this administration, Executive Order 001, on the promotion of transparency and efficiency in public service delivery, was signed in May of 2017. This later birthed our feedback mechanism and portal, reportgov.ng, which can be downloaded from Google Play or from the Apple Store, and can be used for both complaints and commendations. Key reforms. Over the years, we've been working on improving entry and exit of people into the introduction of automation, of electronic visa on arrival processes for business travelers, strengthening legal frameworks with 3 important legislations, including the repeal and reenactment of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 after a 30-year hiatus, automation of company incorporation process, among other reforms. These reforms were reflected in Nigeria moving up 39 places in the World Bank's Doing Business flagship report, and being twice named as a top 10 reformer globally in a 3-year period, as well as higher scores recorded by states in the 2018 World Bank Subnational Doing Business report on Nigeria. But tonight is not one for long speeches. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, I would like to celebrate the visionary leadership of the Council, both past and present members. But the PEBEC has never worked alone. I would like to ask the following groups of persons to please stand up for recognition, whether physically present or watching virtually. Reform leaders and civil servants working in the Enabling Business Environment Secretariat. Please stand for recognition. These are mainly young Nigerians that have powered the Transformation Office. Excuse my bias, we're starting with my team. Reform champions from federal and state MDAs, public and civil servants who have partnered with us on this journey to implement the reforms. Please stand. Without them, there will be no PEBEC. They have been harassed by very young members of the IBIS team and have collaborated with grace and poise. As I often say, these reforms are yours. Our private sector World Bank respondents, these are private sector Nigerians that fill the forms that got us recognized empirically outside the country. Our MSME complainants, they complain a lot, and it is from there that we understand where the shoe is pinching. Please stand up at home for recognition. I know many of you are joining us online. I'd like to thank our permanent secretaries and heads of agencies. They get a lot of persistent communication from their reform champions, always wanting one reform implemented or another, please stand up for recognition, both past and present. Some of the founding permanent secretaries are with us this evening. Even in retirement, they're still supporting. They've been part of this journey. And the aides to the ministers that are PEBEC members, they also take a lot of the reform heat on behalf of their principals. Of course, I've already mentioned the National Assembly and the judiciary. Though not part of the federal government, the two arms of government had realized that it's one government and it's one economy and have consistently partnered with the PEBEC to deliver reforms. And I cannot emphasize the importance of the state government partnership, the PEBEC-NEC collaboration, which has had virtually so many governors hosting the Enabling Business Environment Council, going around the country with the PEBEC's mandate to bring those reforms home to the MDAs. Our organized private sector, and our development partners, thank you so much. Our technical partners, including our consultancy firms, some of whom are in the room, please stand up for recognition. We also have a number of volunteers, Your Excellency, who have partnered with us, have helped train respondents, have helped train public servants as well for these reforms. We're really grateful to you. They've done it pro bono to support their country. And we've also had financiers, people that have paid for things, that have paid for strategic communication, that have given embedded staff into the Secretariat to implement the PEBEC's mandate. We're really grateful to you today. This celebration is yours. It's all of yours. And we'd like to say a big thank you. Of course, there remains a lot of work to do. There are undoubtedly key challenges that we all know to do with efficiency and corruption and systemic limitations that we continue to work on addressing. All this is being well documented because what gets measured gets done. We keep tracking what's working well and where the shoe is pinching and what needs to be done. So we have 3 annual reports now that we've released, 3 compliance reports, the tracking of the Executive Order 001 because MDAs submit monthly reports, and we have our own inaugural homegrown subnational ease of doing business baseline survey, which we had the field work carried out by KPMG, and some of them are in the room today. Also important work that the Council did earlier this year was to undertake a cost of compliance pilot survey with Lagos and the FCT, and this was to really identify where the regulatory pain of cost of actual meeting regulatory challenges was affecting small and medium-sized enterprises the most. The tracking and the consequence management has made the PEBEC's mandate, the implementation of the PEBEC's mandate, empirical and rigorous, and that's part of what will be launched here today. As we celebrate this important milestone, we are mindful of the fact that we'll continue to work on this cutthroat competition to get capital into the country. Nigeria cannot afford to be on the back foot. As we know, investors are unlikely to invest their scarce resources where the cost of production is high and where it's not competitive enough. We therefore seize this momentous milestone to renew the commitment of the PEBEC through its Secretariat to deepen these reforms for more tangible impact in the lives of our fellow citizens and investors, particularly with the advent of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Tonight's performance is based on real encounters, complaints and commendations that have come to the Council through the Secretariat from the public and private sector alike, depicting the importance of cutting red tape that businesses and investors face in dealing with public and private sector in Nigeria today. Looking ahead, we believe the future is assured and that what PEBEC is doing will sustain the reforms. The challenge is to institutionalize the reforms, and that is a collective one because it's a one Nigerian economy. Once again, I congratulate the PEBEC, the chair, on this 5th milestone anniversary and all the members of the Council. And I thank His Excellency for the confidence he has reposed in me since the ideation stage of this intervention and the free hand that he has given young Nigerians. You can see how young the PEBEC Secretariat team is. The free hand that he has given young Nigerians and the political capital that he has brought to bear in the furtherance of this intervention. And that has been the same with the honorable ministers taking the cue from His Excellency. We can be quite a troublesome bunch, but they continue to support us. It has indeed been a singular honor and my privilege to serve in this capacity. With that, Your Excellency, I just take permission to bow out now. And as Peter Drucker famously said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So with that, huge congratulations to PEBEC on this 5th year anniversary milestone. Thank you and good evening.
Well, huge congratulations and applause for Dr. Jumoke Adole. Please, 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 let's really make it a robust celebration at 5. Applause for PEBEC and our PEBEC team lead in all of that which she has shared right now. Like she said, it all started with one simple first step. And it has produced a very strong, productive collaborations, accelerators, success insurance, and of course, the collateralized package of grace and poise, which is simply humility in service. We're called to serve and called to deliver to the full hilt. Once again, I'd like to acknowledge properly the presence of the representative, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, in the person of PERMSEC FCT, Mr. Adeshola Olushade. Please, a round of applause, please. We acknowledge your presence here once again. And having said that, now for a short presentation of the 5-year empirical impact assessment book and commemorative coffee table book, I'd like to invite to please come up the representative of the Vice Chair of the PEBEC, that's the Honorable Minister for Industry, Trade and Investment, in the person of the Honorable Minister of State, Ambassador Mariam Yalwaji Katagum. Please let's welcome her as she comes up, the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, as she comes to do the profiling of this short presentation on 5 years of empirical impact, facts, figures, and futuristic vision. Thank you.
Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, GCON, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly here present, the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, honorable ministers present, and here specifically we have the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, the Honorable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, the Honorable Minister of State for Health, permanent secretaries here present, members of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Mr. Ade Ipaye, the Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business, and members of her Secretariat, other special advisors, special assistants, members of the Diplomatic Corps, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. It is my honor and pleasure to present the 5-year empirical impact assessment book and commemorative coffee table book at this special occasion, marking the 5th year anniversary of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC. This is in keeping faith with the tradition of PEBEC in documenting its activities and to employ fact-based metrics to measure the impact of its reforms. Your Excellency, the empirical impact assessment was commissioned to assess the impact of reforms outlined in our national action plans, including all regulatory, legislative, judicial, subnational reform interventions, as well as the implementation of Executive Order 001. which was the very first executive order of this administration. The timing of this second empirical audit of our reforms is at an opportune moment for stock-taking as PEBEC marks its 5th year milestone. The commemorative coffee table book is an attempt to journal important milestones recorded in the implementation of the ease of doing business reforms, in the implementation of the ease of doing business reforms in Nigeria. It is expected that the coffee table book will serve as a legacy publication in an effort to preserve the reform strides undertaken for posterity and to encourage those coming after us that with purposeful leadership, we can achieve great feats. I therefore have the honor and singular privilege to invite His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yomi Oshibajo, SAN, GCON, and other members of the PEBEC Council to unveil the 5-year empirical impact study and the commemorative coffee table book. Your Excellency, sir.
Of applause, please, from everyone in the room. Let's celebrate. That is the official presentation of the book, the empirical statement of facts, of the figures, and the experiential collateral of 5 years of PEBEC. And with that unveiling, please, another round of applause for all of their excellencies. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you, His Excellency the Vice President, even as all of the distinguished presidents shall be returning to their seats, I understand will be taking his speech and goodwill. Your Excellency. Mr. Vice President, yes. Please, let's put our hands together and receive His Excellency the Vice President, Chair of PEBEC, as he comes up stage again, and this time to give us the speech as well as his own clear interventions as the principal chief driver of PEBEC Council. Thank you. A round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, distinguished Senator Ajibola Bashiru, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the Honorable Minister of State for Health, Senator Mamora, the Honorable Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Katagu, the Honorable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba, the Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, Special Advisor to the President on Social Investment Programs, Mrs. Mariam Owais, members of the Diplomatic Corps present, heads of federal government agencies and parastatals present, distinguished PEBEC partners and the PEBEC team, captains of industry, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to join you today to celebrate 5 years of PEBEC, an initiative which, as you've heard, the President established in 2016 to solve a malignant problem, the problem of a business and trading environment that many agreed was hostile and difficult for local and foreign investors alike. So the long and short of the mandate of PEBEC was simply to find ways of changing the growing reputation of Nigeria as a challenging business environment. How were we to do that? it seemed quite simple to remove the bottlenecks and obstacles and to seek to change the orientation of regulatory authorities and public servants who interface with businesses seeking government licenses, approvals, and other regulatory requirements. It was always going to be a difficult task, and I think Dr. Oduwole already alluded to most of those initial challenges. The public service and government agencies, of course, are notoriously settled in their ways, and generally there's never been any sense of urgency in processing licenses and approvals. The attitude, of course, ties well with the systemic corruption and abuses that follow when public officials have a discretion in terms of the time it takes to issue approvals and who gets approvals, and also where the accountability framework is weak. So interfaces with the public almost always are opportunities for rent-seeking, such that it had become the case that business owners had to engage consultants who helped in navigating the deliberate roadblocks for a fee. Similarly, simple processes such as arrival and departures at our airports, passing through land borders, import and export processes, were also difficult experiences for users of those services. So the main implication of that situation was the effect on the economy. A difficult business environment simply means fewer investors, whether they be local or foreign investors, and fewer jobs and fewer opportunities. So this was the task that the President gave us at the inception of PEBEC. Unfortunately for us, we had a smart, energetic, and visionary team of young people who you've seen already, who stood up a few minutes ago, led by Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, who with this team and also of public and private sector members designed the series of reform initiatives and now internationally recognized national action plans, the 60-day accelerators designed to coordinate the effective delivery of priority reforms in select MDAs every year. At the federal level, the PEBEC Secretariat also actively supports 15 priority public-facing agencies, and they also track 55 MDAs on the implementation of Executive Order 001 on transparency and efficiency of public service delivery and the Council's feedback mechanisms, which is the report.gov.ng. Importantly also, we had the collaboration of several reform-minded heads of MDAs, many of whom you saw standing a few moments ago as well, who were instrumental in the development and implementation of the plans. But most notable is a sustained collaboration across all arms and levels of government, including the National Assembly, the judiciary, and all subnational governments through a partnership that we try to foster at the National Economic Council. In 2020, the work of PEBEC was further cascaded to the EBS to include local governments, with the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, serving as a pilot. And I think the results have been remarkable. PEBEC, since its inception, has achieved the delivery of 150 reforms and completed reforms and 6 national action plans, the 60-day accelerator plan. As a result, Nigeria has moved, as we've heard, an aggregate of 39 places on the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index since 2019. And we were twice named as one of the top most improved economies in the world in the last 3 cycles. And Nigeria has also been named one of the only 2 African countries to make that highly prestigious list in 2019. Similarly, the 2019 Subnational Doing Business Report on Nigeria recorded unprecedented improvement with 100% participation of states in the right of reply exercise. The World Economic Forum, in its 2018 Global Competitive Report, also recognized Nigeria's business environment as one of the most entrepreneurial in the world and highlighted Nigeria's improved competitiveness in the enabling business environment space. But we're still very far from achieving our objectives. And I think that has been borne out also in what you've heard earlier this evening. There are several stubborn and malignant problems. There are still serious complaints about import and export delays. Just recently, the agro-export businesses came for a meeting with me, and they've made a strong representation on the difficulties that they're experiencing in the agro-export space in just being able to export their products. There are long waiting periods for product approvals, and we still experience those long waiting periods. Most of the problems come from systemic constraints or agencies and officials sometimes who fail or resist change. But I believe that most of these problems can be solved. These systems work elsewhere, and they certainly can work here. The problem sometimes, as I've said, is systemic. The heads of MDAs commit to change, but down the line, the system either resists or is simply not well designed to function properly. So we must, in the coming months, work with the agencies to implement a more aggressive accountability audit. And the report that we've just launched is really the first step in that direction, where we identify the specific bottlenecks in the systems, possibly down to the particular desks where these problems arise. We may then come for agencies and officials who have failed or resisted such changes. But the more important thing are the systemic changes that need to take place. Because by and large, most officials in public agencies will want to do their work well and will want to deliver on their assignments. But sometimes the system is so convoluted that no matter what you do, you end up getting the same delays. I think the last few years have proved what is possible if we're hands-on and intentional in making it easy to do business in Nigeria. Unemployment in our country is over 30%. A minimum of 3 million new young people join the job market every year. Our priority as a government is to create jobs. And the biggest job creator, especially in the private sector, of course, is small and medium enterprises. We must ensure that they are not hindered from doing business easily so that they can produce the opportunities that our nation needs. So let me convey the appreciation of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, to members of the Council, the PEBEC team, all MDAs and state governments for the excellent collaboration that has produced the great successes that we've had in the last 5 years. So let us take a moment to relish our accomplishments and leave here tonight renewed and re-energized for the work that lies ahead. Congratulations, everyone, and God bless you all. Thank you.
What's that song? Stand up for the champions. Well, let's put our hands together once again for the champions for an amazing delivery of purpose and intentional endeavor. Congratulations to all of the team. Congratulations. I know seated in the audience is also someone who today probably watching this remembers her days and early beginnings. Fumi Lama, celebrating and appreciating you as well for the first footprints for what today we see and celebrate as 5 years of empirical impact, and with all of the reforms and the outstanding innovation, the future is here. What you're about to watch now is an articulated performance, one that translates the story into the energy of all of the creative industry and innovation of how it is that the youth entrepreneur of Nigeria isn't just an entrepreneur, but more than anything else is a vibe. Hashtag they move, removing every obstacle in the course and direction, the force of their creativity and the production of entrepreneurial results. D-Classical is one of Nigeria's foremost production theater musical agencies of national enterprise. Under the leadership of Ayo Ajayi, a maestro of curating history as well as retelling messages of corporate as well as historical endeavor, today this creative force is the story of ease of business and PEBEC Nigeria. Enjoy, and as you do, let the resonance of the message become the message that resonates as we, from this 5-year celebration, shall be going forward to the next trajectory of things into 2022. Once again, this is a production by The Classical. Executive producers are Ibis and Dr. Jumoke Oduwole. Over to the story.
A land, one of a kind, nestled in our dreams. The story of this land is etched in our history. Oh, once upon a time in this land, the village square was the market hub where we all gathered. And trust was the currency with which we bought and we sold. Oh. Our history reminds us of a time when men would buy goods without a doubt, and women supplied these goods at the speed of light. Everything was so easy. Of course, this land is easy land. But one day, a strange civilization swept across Easy Land. And everything changed. Trust was no longer the currency with which our people were united, but coins. Coins which were few and sparse. And everyone wanted their hands on them because those who had coins were even more powerful. ones who brought this civilization would go, never ever to return. And in their place rose men and women of greed. Men and women who wanted to feel woke, who would go to any lengths to enrich themselves. They would break rules, create leakages, build obstacles, lay stumbling blocks. Doing no business became brisk business. And slowing down the movement of goods fastened the movement of money into private pockets and foreign accounts. Greed was let loose on the land. All of a sudden, things were no longer easy in easy land. Soon, a time when business was easy to conduct in easy land faded into distant memory. But you know what? Change is soon to come.
Trying to hold me, I go zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't like your vibe and I go zoom, zoom, zoom. Going up the roof and it go boom, boom, boom. Don't you ever treat me like a bee, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah, sharp. Hey. Mr. Shika.
Yes?
Your immunization card is correct. Your bank account is correct. Everything seems to be correct. It's just that there is one thing that is not correct here.
What is it, sir?
Your COVID test results. You might have to pay for a new one.
Oh, no, sir. I already paid and I have done my COVID test. That's my COVID test result and the barcode.
Mr. Man, this COVID test result is wrong and we cannot have this one. Thank you.
Oga, can you just scan the barcode?
No, come and stand here and teach me my job now.
I'm sorry, sir.
Stand here and teach me my job. I say something is wrong.
But, sir, I did the test in one of the test designated centers listed in the portal.
Young man, are we still on this matter of something being wrong or right when I said it is wrong? Hello?
I am sorry, sir, but sir, please, I have a very important business meeting. I am kicking off my import and export business, and I have investors who are willing and ready to invest in this country.
Yeah.
If I miss my flight, then it will be goodbye to all the hard work I've put in.
But you should have thought about that before arguing with an officer of over 16 years experience now. Oh yeah, come, let me tell you what to do. But because I want to help you now, man to man,
Yes, sir.
you will have to pay for another COVID test result here and now. But you will not pay to the government account too. I will give you a private account where you can pay the money to.
Private account?
Whoa, what I'm doing for you, I've not done for anybody in my life. Oh, I just want to help you, so you will go sharp. Sure you hear? You understand, Abi?
Okay, sir, how much?
Sure you know how much you pay for COVID test?
Yes.
You will double it for
Double?
But no south, yeah. It's something I want to do for you so you can go quick.
Sir, I don't have that kind of amount. I've spent so much on this trip.
Well, by the time you miss your flight, you will have that kind of amount.
What's all this now? What's going on here? Why are you making life so difficult for us? Sir, I thought that we are supposed to be the ones bringing value to this country. Anytime someone walks into this airport, it's either they are harassed, made to pay bribe, or even made to lie.
My friend, next. Hello?
Excuse me. Please excuse me, sir. What is going on here?
Madam, it's this man. I submitted my COVID test result to him. He said it's the wrong one without even scanning it.
Oga, why didn't you scan it?
I don't need to scan it to know that it is wrong.
You need to scan it, sir.
Why?
Yes, it's the right thing to do, and it saves all of us on this queue a lot of time. Please.
Sorry, who are you?
Believe me, you do not want to know who I am. Look, the government is working tirelessly to ensure that our entry and exit points remain stress-free. And look at you, strangling that process.
Sorry, please. Can I see you in camera, please? Hey, not you, Mr. Shika. Come, my dear.
You don't need to touch me, sir.
Okay.
You
Social
can
distance, have you?
Yes, please.
Very good. It's like you are new here. Oh. This is the way things are done.
It is wrong.
It's not wrong, Joe. Anything that puts extra cash in the pocket is not wrong. Besides, our take home is not enough to take us home. So,
if you are not satisfied with your salary, find another job.
Madam, stop shouting. Now that's why I call you to corner.
Please, can you scan it? There are people waiting.
I will scan it. I will scan it. Maybe to scan. Madam.
Is it correct or not?
You will not believe. As I put it for machine, say correct.
Imagine.
Maybe not machine fault.
Please give it to me. Thank you very much, madam.
No need to thank me. Thank the government that is working day and night to ensure that you thrive. Please, don't let me keep you. Have a safe flight.
Have a safe flight, Sorry.
Please.
But I think we just finish up that car. I think the gearbox will change it, Okay. And then we're done for the day.
All right, madam.
Where's that apprentice? Lydia, come. Let her watch what you're doing,
Hey, done for the day.
Yeah, done for the day.
Like you, madam.
Clear road.
Amen.
No one walk.
Someone wants to see you.
At this time?
Yes.
Okay, let me come in.
Okay.
Oh, Madam M, Madam M. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening, sir. I'm afraid I do not know you.
Of course you don't, I'm the man always in the shadows. From there, I look, I see everybody.
Yeah. This your shop is a really nice place. And to see that the entire operation is run by women, it's so beautiful.
Thank you very much. It's our dream to have the biggest auto shop run totally by women in Zealand.
And it's not just an auto shop. It's a symbol of hope, courage, and belief that everything is possible.
Everything possible. Ross, see me here before. And they start for road, that's the street. They service men, you understand? But I make on with it. I know my life. Who get up on my dreams? See me now. See me. Who are the staff for the service men? I know the service car now for inside out of a shop. You understand? So you see, that's the thing. We just want to spread the message of woman power throughout Easy Land. Can you imagine a world run by women?
Madam Mayor, you are never wrong. A lofty dream you have here. Thank you. But you seem to have forgotten the most important thing. Yes, the sensitive matter of tax, which you have not paid for the year. I'm here to collect it.
So you are from the tax office?
Is it not obvious?
Okay. Well, sir, I have filed my tax returns for the year.
But no, you haven't paid.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't paid.
Yes, I have.
In my book, you haven't paid now.
In my books, I have. Amina, please go into the office. That file that has tax written on it, bring it. One thing I don't joke with in this office is filing my tax returns on time.
So you are saying that we don't know what we are doing?
Should we bring the file?
Let her bring that file. Oh, Madam Mayor. Hey, you seem to have paid your tax.
I told you.
But not to us. To the FIRS.
I don't understand. Is it not federal government that is in charge of personal income tax?
Fortunately or unfortunately, the state government also has the power to do so. Here I'm from SIRS.
You mean what we paid was wrong?
No. In taxation, nothing is wrong or right. All is needed here It is needed now.
Okay, you know what? I don't know. How much do we owe this your SIRS now?
From my personal evaluation of this, you are sure. I think the tax value is 4 million naira.
4 million naira? How much do you think we make here?
I don't care about that.
Okay, look. What do we do?
There you go. Madam Maid, you have sense. See, it's not that I don't want them to save this shop.
No, you see my
So here's what is going to happen. I am going to write that your tax value is 100,000 naira, which you will send to the government account. Then you will write another check of 400,000 naira, which you will send to an account I will give to you.
Okay. But is that right?
That's what. But I'm trying to save 3.5 million naira. Yeah, it's so wow. Come on, you better do this thing before my boys come here and scatter you. Or if not, I will give it to my wife. Here, my wife is looking for sure.
Anyway, don't you think we should do what he said? At least give it a try. So we don't lose this place.
What did they talk to? Madam, they like that kind of thing. You're supposed to know her by now.
At least make me try her now.
I like, she don't agree.
You know, Gladys is right. We cannot give it to their demand for right. What do we do? We work hard to raise the money. That's all. You know who we are.
Women of power.
Yes. And it's times like this that power must show.
Yes,
No, we cannot give it to their demand to break our resolve. Or what? Go back to our vomit. Just to please them. No. They want us, Abby. We'll pay with our backs bent and our will strong. We will raise that money. Yes. You know something? Hakuna Matata. There is even no need to worry.
I do like you.
Don't worry for the rest of your days. It's your power street. Hakuna Matata.
If you like say you don't want to listen to us, Abi. Okay. Okay. See, we dey go now. If we come back, God help you, you don't pay us our loan. You go see when you go out.
Come back there. Madam, what is this one now? Madam, give me permission. Make I summon guys. When they enter, take care of this thing there. What is this one? How many people do we want to fight? How many people do want to fight? What kind of thing is this? I thought this land was going to help me grow. Oh, okay, so it's true what they say. There's nothing easy in easy land. Madam. Are you ladies not working today? To what end? Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon. I'm just tired. I'm doing my best for myself and the people that are here with me. And it's as if the world is working against me. Relax. Okay, tell me what's happening.
They keep taxing us. Different people walk into this office every day for the same thing. Come to think about it, we even have a deadline to pay the next tax by tomorrow. How do we do it?
Have you been able to raise the money? I have raised the money. But that is the dilemma. I have to now go to the tax office, enter one office to another office, file one document, go to the bank, pay, come back. Before you know it, deadline. Next thing you know, penalty. Why do you even need to go to the tax office? You don't need all of that. I don't. Yes. That is the magic of online tax payment. Yes. With that, you cut away all the administrative bottlenecks, all the unnecessary paperwork. You don't need that. Right here in the comfort of your workshop, you can get all of that done. Please, can you show me? Okay. Let me show you. Okay, this is the interface. You can see everything is self-explanatory. This is something you can do at the salon, in traffic, on the go. So you see, I mean, I can pay now. Right now. The world is not quite against you, my friend. Relax.
Oh my God, thank you, madam.
You're welcome. Okay, like I said, the car is here for servicing.
Oh, so, yes.
Okay, girl,
we'll take care of that. Thank
okay,
you.
girl, up. Thank you.
Ami now.
smile. I don't know why. Even me don't know why. Hey, Maga, this man here is my brother.
Alright.
Hey, he just started quotation business.
Oh.
And the container just launched.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Mazi Okaruba.
Mazi, you see, I'm very happy when people go into businesses like this. Mazi, I'm here for you. He's here for you. We are here for you.
Thank you.
We procure. You get it?
We procure. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's all right. Have you paid the landing cost?
Oh, yes, I have paid the landing cost. It is 5% of 150 million.
Okay. The payment for the landing cost is 5% of 300 million.
No. We are talking money here. No. Look at it now. My paper said that the landing cost is 5% of 150 million.
Is this not articulated car? 15 of them. My friend, it seems like your goods are undervalued. You see, just last week, someone came in here with the same number of cars, same design, same everything. My friend, the landing cost is 300 million.
Hey! What are we going to do now?
Very good. Now you're going to make a fresh payment of 5% of 300 million.
5% of 300 million? Why? Why should I pay 5% of 300 million when I have already paid 5% of 150 million? I don't get it.
You don't get it. Come and collect my uniform then. Come to my office. You think you're
sorry, make I follow up. As a company, I see you now. As a show this side, I see you reach here, make I talk for you. You don't go there now, you don't make on that face. What do you go do now?
I don't know what to do.
And because I like you, see now, I will say make you just give Oga 1 million thereafter.
1 million?
This thing now make you help you sharp. You go work sharp. Let's give him 1 million, you work.
I don't have that kind of thing.
I will just go back to
come here. Calm down.
Change you go complete.
I will give it.
Give me 1 million. You know, that is not that hard. So, and I don't think you put them on.
Yes.
Now that we have this out of the way, can we go and begin the clear lines? Because my ship, as you told me, I'm going to clear within 3 days. 3 days. What is the matter?
It takes more than a week before your goods will move from the ship to the stacking.
And after that, physical examination. You know your goods were classified red?
No. My goods are classified green. Green.
What is wrong with this man? Oh, you are seeing a make of currency now. Come, make a police work. See, Oga, pay this money now. The more your goods stay here, the more it attracts more demorage.
I don't have that money
again now.
now.
Pay the money. See, the more you delay, many other agencies are coming to examine this year before you know, buy cars.
But it is just cash.
Oh, just pay for express. Quick.
So you want me to pay another bribe?
It's not bribe, though.
What is it called?
Facilitation money. Facilitation money.
Hey! Importation and exportation
They're not ready.
They asked me to come into business. That they will provide an enabling environment for me. But this one is hitting me hard. I am already bankrupt even before I start from the same system that helped me to start. How will I 5% of 300 million, 1 million, 5 million, money going just.
Okay.
What is happening?
Okay, yes, I'll be in the office.
Yes, sir.
Again, it seems like the other agencies are here.
They are coming.
So, do you want to pay for it so we can do joint scheduling? Or do you want to follow the normal protocol?
And what is this normal protocol?
Sorry, make I go back to people.
No, you are part of this conversation. Please. What is the normal protocol? The one that suppresses businesses and puts more money in your pocket, isn't it?
No, excuse me, madam, you got it all wrong. You see, I'm trying to make sure that this man doesn't smuggle drugs or arms into this country. You know, you're like an armed robber.
I see.
Yes.
I need to remind you that the new executive order states that advanced cargo manifests must be issued and submitted within 7 days before the arrival of any vessels to the seaports. Can you tell me why?
Tell her why.
Can you tell me why?
You see, to promote risk management, profiling, cargo placement for examination, and to eliminate inefficiency and
that delay at the port, you know.
Yes. I see. You know this. Did you receive this manifesto?
You received the
It's a simple yes or no?
Yes.
So it means you know that his cargo contains no hard drugs or arms of any sort and should have been classified green. Yet you and your boys marked it red, isn't it? It also states that joint physical examination must be scheduled by Customs Service and other agencies, right? That's why it is joint. Yet you insisted that all examining officers inspect one after the other. Is it not just to stall, waste more time, extract more money? Have you not extracted enough?
No, we haven't.
You haven't extracted enough?
Sorry, man.
It's not about sorry. If a more friendly business environment has to be entrenched, then the Customs Service has a pivotal role to play.
Yes.
For these reforms to be effective, they have to be upheld with integrity and sincerity of purpose. Yes. And you, Mazio, if there is nobody to give a bribe, there will be nobody to accept. For these reforms to work, it begins with us.
Thank you, madam, for this intervention. I can assure you that these road officers will not go scot-free.
Thank you.
Can you start by classifying his goods green? Immediately.
Yes, sir. Green. Thank you, madam.
All right. It has landed.
Good afternoon, madam. Welcome to Susan's farm.
Susan's farm. No vex, so, madam, I only see empty crates here.
Well, I used to have a plenty crates of ego piled up everywhere. But business has been tough. Yet we spend the money on power, tax, transport, this one, that one. The result is this empty crate that you see, but we have to survive.
We have to survive.
So I still come here and advertise my egg. But if I get a good customer like you,
hey, madam,
I will go to my supplier, collect the quantity I want, and come and sell. How many you want?
Why don't you just get in large quantity from that supplier?
Madam, you think I don't want to? My dream, is to have a very big agro shop where you can get a product of any animal in this world. But I even want to have a big farm very soon. But I have no money. And no bank will give me loan.
Why is that?
Madam, even a small child know that no bank will give you loan without collateral. Abi? I don't have any house in VI or land in my jama. In short, madam, this easy land, it's not easy for some people like us.
Madam, I understand how you feel. I do. But easy land is not difficult to live in. It's not.
I beg you, tell me something I don't know.
Okay. What you don't know is that now you can get a loan. Yes. With movable properties, you can fill them as collateral and not just fixed assets anymore. Not just fixed assets.
Wait. You mean to tell you, as you enter, you see one truck outside?
I saw it.
You mean that with that my truck as movable collateral, I can get loan for this my business?
Exactly. Trucks, vehicles, machineries, anything movable. And now banks are not even hell-bent on conducting physical examination of your premises. As long as your business is registered, you can qualify for the loan you want.
Register. Register.
What is it, madam?
My business is not a register.
No. Madam, why? Why now?
Ask me now. Is it not what agency that I gave money 6 months ago?
6 months?
6 months now.
For ordinary business registration. Please, what are the stories he's been telling you?
Plenty tissue. First of all, you say, You got to put the name on the name search in the computer. And then you have to pay again and again and again. And finally, when the name now search in the computer, it was the very first name that I gave it from the Binikino. Can you imagine? Then again, they come again and say, that I have to wait that the registrar go on holiday and see waiting.
This person is scamming you.
And see waiting.
You don't even need a middleman, any agent or lawyer. You can do this by yourself.
Me?
No. Okay. Let me show you. You see now, this is the website. All you have to do is now fill in your details.
My details.
You see? Is your phone internet enabled?
Online, offline.
That's it. So you see, follow the steps. Put in your details.
My details?
Yeah, your details. This process of name search will only cost you or last you about 4 hours. Yes, just 4 hours. Yes.
Excuse me. Don't. This easy. Hey.
Exactly.
What about my registration certificate?
You will get a mail soon telling you if the name you have chosen is available or not. Once it's available, you continue with your payments.
Will I be able to get a loan for this my business?
You will qualify.
Yeah.
Your waist. Madam, your waist. I told you, things are not as difficult as you seem.
In short, madam, you are God-sent. In short, you are ancient.
Okay, I forgot to tell you. Apart from name search taking not more than 4 hours, you get your certificate in 2 days. 2 days.
My business certificate?
Yes. Madam, it's your right. It's your right to have an enabling business environment. It's one of the reforms government has put in place to make sure that, businesses like yours thrive and they grow. Yes.
Government? Of Easy Land?
Yes. The only thing that you will do for me now is, I will be back in 2 months. Please keep my orobo eggs. 10 crates of them ready for me.
And a carton of frozen fish and chicken. See, I will put jara on top fishy for you.
Hey. Well done.
Thank you. Hey. See Susan Farm. I can see Susan Farm flying international. Hey. God go bless this madam will come.
Hey. Sanu. Madam Sanu.
Mr. Agent. Long time.
Hey, madam.
What's happening?
The first thing I chicken and juice. Kai, because I'm a business registration. Your name refused to enter the machine. I pushed and I pushed. But Kai, one of the letters was broken.
My name broke.
Kai will lie.
Hi.
Kai, they told me I even have to pay, which I did, pending that if I come here, they'll give me back my money.
True.
Kai, yes. When your name finally entered the machine, they printed your certificate. But lo and behold, your name is spilled on the paper. Kai.
My name's spilled on. Who go clean up?
Well, I don't know. They're telling me that, Kai, Malik, you have to pay for another certificate. That is why I have come here, madam. I need a goodie. I need more money to pay for the certificate.
Again?
Madam, I know that this thing look like it have been delaying far, but to tell you, yours is one of the fastest I have done this year. Kai.
For 6 months.
The God I serve is one. Your own should be done by the end of next year, January.
My own is the fastest for 6 months. Okay. Mr. Isaac, what though? You shot a wet door, you try.
Thank you.
But tell me congratulations.
Hey, well, madam, you have born twins again?
He passed twins. Tell me.
Congratulations.
You know why?
Why?
I just register my company. My certificate will come 2 days.
Madam, how? Okay, madam, the eagle on the Nigerian flag is flying. Your name is not correct.
Open your eye. Shine your eye. See? Let me that. That's it. That's ya. Mr. Agent, you will not collect the money again. What about my certificate?
It's okay with you, madam. Because I've been watching you for 6 months. I've been doing it anyhow. Go.
You have been watching me for 6 months. You have been.
Watching me for watching me for Excuse me. These reforms are not for you. They are for the people. These hard-working men and women who believe so much in this country and want to invest in it. These same people will make these reforms work.
No longer shall we gratify your desires for life, even though you want to cut corners. We shall insist on the right thing to be done and serve you up that which makes you fat.
We shall intensify in our belief in this country and the reforms set by the government. Yes. We shall not undermine them, but deepen our resolve to make them work.
Yes.
We shall insist on the right thing to be done and keep at it, no matter what you throw at it. Yes. The new way will never give up for the old way.
Yes.
The old way will give up for the new way. The old way shall give up for the new way. Yes, and government shall continue to educate the people and prosecute those of you who insist on being stumbling blocks. The floods of change are coming real fast. Listen to the sound.
Yes.
You all shall face the full wrath of the law.
Yes.
Including you, Mazi.
Eh?
Yes.
What, Makagene?
You gave a bribe. You are complicit.
No. I'm
Please.
just helping the poor masses.
It is the law.
Hey!
It is
Mazi,
the law.
Anna. Easy now. Don't. Easy. It is. Come on.
Wow. Thank you so much, madam. We have all been touched by you. Not once, not twice, but you have saved our businesses from these unnecessary strangleholds. We move our businesses from one point to the other in record time, and all artificial blockades are gradually being removed. Doing business in Easy Land has become far easier. Yes, so now we can truly say that everything is easy in Easy Land. Yes. Yes. So what should we call you? Yes. Tell us what we should call this person has made the ease of doing business for us. They call me PEBEC. PEBEC? Yes. Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council. The one tasked with the unique responsibility of making sure that business works because everything works. And we shall continue to push this mandate. Yes, until we push for even more reforms in other sectors. Until we get to this future of our dreams. Oh, the future is here. Yes, it is no longer nestled in our dreams. No longer stuck in our minds. The future is here. It's not just riding on government reforms, but on our resolve as a people to make things work. Yes. Now the world is coming to Easy Land. This land built by the strength of our hands, by the resolve of our collective will. One people, one nation, handmaids of God's creation. Brothers and sisters, it is rising. It is rising. Woo!
Here we stand as a people with one song and with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart and for one cause, we're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and the roots reveals our land, where there's hope for us all. Said our land, where there's hope for you and I. We'll defend the land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll defend the land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. We're a great nation. Though we are many people, different tribes, in different tongues, we're united in our strength and resolve to uphold the honor of our land for generations to come, and for generations to come. We'll defend. If this country is to walk, it depends on you and me. I don't have any other country to go to. So we are the fight. So we believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We have. We're the fight our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we will shine like the sun from the north, south, east, and west. So we're the fight. So we believe in this nation, and we'll know we'll get there someday. Can somebody say, so we're the fight. So we believe in Nigeria and the promise she shine like the sun. Every Nigerian hear this, Nigeria hear this. What a great nation.
Timmy Dakolo, and that award-winning song, Timmy, we need you please to stand. We believe it's an anthem, it's a song, and tonight it brings us to the conclusion of this 5th anniversary celebration of PEBEC at 5. Shall we all please rise now for the national anthem, Federal Republic of Nigeria, both verses, to be performed by Timmy Dakolo. Thank you.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call, obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. And oh God of creation, direct noble cause and guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow, in living just and truth. Great love's the height our time to build a nation world peace and justice shall reign.
Where peace and justice shall reign. All hands raised up, please. We take a bow. Thank you. Your Excellency, our very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of PEBEC and IBIS, Dr. Jumoke Otiwole, and the entire team, thank you. God bless you. Good night. Anti-classical, Ayo Ajayi, where are you? Everyone just hold hands and take a bow together. 1, 2, and there's your bow. Please. Celebrating Mr. Ayo Ajayi. Congratulations. All right. Let's do this. 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 Somebody say Niger. Come on now.